I'm betting a lot of people want to hear about this subject that I'm going to talk about. The rumor, maybe not even rumor, maybe this is actually true, or maybe Aurora and Aphria are thinking about this scenario just to survive, because they have to think long term. They have to think about survivability. They have to make sure that they can survive hard times, and the best way for them to survive hard times, what they're thinking, and still grow, is to merge together. So I think what's happening right now is Aurora is exploring every single possible scenario and making sure they make a good business decision for the survivability of the company in the future. And they think that by merging with Aphria, they would survive the future and one day become a bubble again. I mean, right now, Aurora and Aphria are basically out of luck because there's no big companies that would want to buy them out, because they're probably focused on the US companies like Kira and True Eve and major US play, because the US is where majority of the money is right now for at least MJ products. Europe is still pretty big, but and the two companies together would be a dominant player in Europe. So they're probably exploring the idea. It's not 100% official, and it's still at this point a rumor. Is it good for shareholders? Not necessarily, because that's what, if Aurora was to, let's say, take the dilution, then it would be harder. Every dollar would be a lot more for the stock price to go up. So if Aurora took the dilution of Aphria, they would have roughly 220 or 230 million shares. So every dollar the stock moves up would be considered $230 million or whatever it is. I'm assuming Aphria is going to own at least 40 to maybe even 50% of the combined company if the merger was to go through, because Aphria, I think at this point, Aphria is in the controlling seat of the merger, but they both probably agree that it's probably better to combine than to be separate, because then it would create a lot less competition. And right now, the industry in Canada is going through a huge price compression. Both Aphria and like Aurora and Hexo and Aphria are bringing down the price of MJ products, and the new vape products and edible products is also reducing the amount of dry bud people are buying from the market. And right now it's the market in Canada is not doing that well because of sheer amount of competition. That's why they probably want to merge together, so the combined company would be profitable enough to survive for the next couple years while they wait for the United States to become fully legal. But again, they're only exploring the opportunity. It's not 100% official, but this is not positive news for Aurora because shareholders don't want to get diluted. But again, at the end of the day, if big money wants to push up Aurora stock, they will push up Aurora stock. So right now, the MJ sector kind of lagging and kind of depressing. And I think there is more short-term plays like the electric space that will make you more money. But again, the electric space has already got pumped up quite a bit, so the reward is probably not as good as, let's say, the MJ sector. But I just have a bad feeling about the MJ sector right now. If you're brand new to my channel, please subscribe. I'm hoping to get 100,000 subscribers. So I do think Aphria is in the driving seat. That's why when the rumor came out, Aphria stock popped from, I think it came out sometime on June 26th. It popped from $4 all the way up to $4.45, then pulled back a little bit. But I think it's a little beneficial for Aphria. But at the same day, Aphria won't move anywhere significantly because the MJ sector is under a lot of pressure. So Aphria might pop it here or there, but I would say kind of fade the pop. But again, not financial advice. And if you want to hold your pop, if you want to hold Aphria for the long term and you believe in Aphria, then you can go do that. I'm not giving any financial advice. This is just my opinion. So another reason why is because Aurora and Aphria probably realized that Canopy is like obviously the leader here because of sheer money. They will survive, and they will probably gain market share. That's why they are exploring, because Aphria and Aurora probably wants to be around for like the next 5 to 10 years, and the combined company would do enough profits to at least pay off the interest and possibly still grow slightly. So yeah, that's what I think they're thinking right now. And Kron is also going to be a company is going to be around for a while. I think what Kron is doing right now is they're waiting for the assets to be dirt cheap, and then they go in and start acquiring companies that are in the dirt. That's what I think their plan is. Because Alteria has a lot of money. They have a lot of money. They could easily go in and pump more money into Kronos, so Kronos can go around and acquire stuff for dirt cheap prices. But right now Kronos has money, so they can easily afford to take out some of these companies and become a bigger company. But they're probably laying back and watching, and they're probably right now more focused on the US, on their US strategy than really a Canadian strategy. So that's what I think is happening in Kron. I could be wrong. This is pure speculation on my part. But Kron will be a surviving player. They do have Gotham Green that, attempted to, that invested into MedMen and Anthus. And they're both kind of like doing bad right now. But hey, at the end of the day, those assets will become Gotham. And then Gotham will give them to Kron when the United States become fully legal. That's what I think could happen as a possibility. Not 100% sure. Kira Leaf is also one of the surviving players. So I think they're probably thinking of competition with the US players. But if you look, right, Kira Leaf is more valuable than both Aurora and Aphria combined right now. And Kira is traded on the Canadian Security Exchange. They're not even traded on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. So I honestly don't believe that retail investors control this market. Big money controls this market. Big money is in Kira right now. They're in Kira, they're in True Eve, they're in Canopy, they're in Kron. The Aphria and Aurora has most of the retail base, but I think big money is in mostly Canopy. Like Canopy has a market cap of $6 billion, I believe, like $6 billion US. So obviously there is billionaires and really rich people in Canopy right now. That's where most of the money is, because they are betting that Canopy will be the leader in the space. And that's why Aphria and Aurora are looking at each other and be like, we either survive together or we die together. So they're probably exploring that possibility, and all Aurora and Aphria cares about is surviving and becoming a major player in the future. So that's what they care about right now, and that's why they are considering a merger between the two companies. So yeah, True Eve is also a solid company. True Eve is bigger than both Aurora and Aphria right now, and the traded on the Canadian Security Exchange. You can't go wrong investing in the True Eve. They are a profit machine, and Florida hasn't even fully legalized yet. So yeah, the profits and revenues are gonna skyrocket in the future, and if they ever list on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, their multiple will go up massively. But that's just my opinion. So Aphria. So this is an article on possible benefits. Pro forma market capitalization exceed $5 billion. That's not going to be true. It's going to be roughly $2 billion. It all depends on the investor, right? Because the two companies combined right now don't even make up $5 billion. It makes up Aphria is, I believe, 1 point something billion, 1.15, and Aurora is, 1.36. The two companies combined would be about 2.5 billion, not 5 billion dollars. So it would be slightly more than Kron, but that's about it. That's about it. So I mean, and it could go down. It all depends on investors. If investors sell after the merger, or if there's a merger, they're probably exploring the possibility. It could go down to $2 billion. I have no idea. Like the combined company could be $2 billion, and Quran could still be worth more simply because cash is king in this market right now. Yeah. So the rumor actually came from, well, it's not really rumor. Well, it is rumor, considered rumor right now, but it came from Betting Bruiser. I think he deleted the thread, but he seems to have inside knowledge when it comes to this stuff. Like he always comes out with the news first before the actual news comes out. So obviously this guy knows more than he knows the MJ industry quite well. That's what I think. Anyways, that's it for my video. I hope you found it informative. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you subscribe for future updates. Have a great day. Bye.